Apple. Name itself is sufficient. Okay, do you know the logo of Apple company? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Apple itself. Okay, when people say Apple, the fruits, some of the small children may not understand, but they understand the logo Apple. Okay, that is by, okay, great contribution by Steve Jobs. Okay, how Apple computer was found. Okay, what were the challenges? And here in this motivational speech, he wants to motivate, okay, how to live before we die. Let's say we die, and so it is a very great discussion. He motivates, and it is the autobiography. The speech is the autobiography. Do you know autobiography? The record of personal matter. Anyway, it is the speech. Okay, it's a speech given by the CEO and co-founder of Apple company. Okay, and these are the anecdotes to communicate a message of reliances and the personal integrity. The inspiring speech was delivered at Stanford University in America in 2005. Okay, it was delivered before 16 years. Okay, and it is a commencement address, and he had given this speech to the university students who have got the graduation award at that grand program. So this is the speech given in 2005, dear students. Okay, in this motivational speech is about 20 minutes. 20 minutes speech. Okay, we come to know, okay, what is his advice to us, how to live before we die. Okay, so how to make a successful life. Okay, so it is his motivational, keynote speaker. Do you know key speaker or keynote speaker? Do you know? In the program, there are some of the person who, okay, who are hired to motivate somebody, keynote speaker. So this is the very inspiring speech given by Steve Jobs. Now I want to say that he is the CEO and founder member of Apple Computer, Pixar Computer, Next Computer, and how he struggled in his life. He, in this story, in this motivation, he wants to share many more things. Okay, so here the speaker tries to share us different things about his past life. Okay, in this motivational speech, we come to learn about the first story. Altogether, he shares the three stories about his life. Okay, the CEO Steve Jobs' life. The first story is about his biography. Okay, about the matters and how he learns. Okay, he tells something about his parents, family. Okay, and many more things. But the very first story of him is that his first story is about the connection of the dots. Okay, what he studied, the calligraphy, what he studied, and how he joins the dot, and how he discovered the Apple computer. He wants to share this idea to the audiences. And the second story of him, we are here. Okay, we want to watch the video also. Today, I want to demonstrate to you the video also. Okay, the motivational speech, and it is the recorded also. And I want to present over here after sharing some ideas. And dear student, the first story, what he shared is how to connect the dots, the story about connecting the dots. The second story is about the story of love and loss in the life of human being. Love comes and loss also comes, okay? But how to sustain in the difficulties, how the love motivates somebody. He wants to share this to the young stars, the future generation, the scholars of university. He wants to share that very matters to the Stanford University's students. on which he had delivered. And this is the message not only to the students of Oxford, of Stanford University student, but also the motivational speech to the world, to the futures entrepreneurs like you. Okay, how to collect the courage that matters. The second story, what I talk is about the love and loss. And his last story is about the story of death. Okay, when his doctor announced about his death when he was 49 years old, what he thought at that time. Yeah, how he collected the courage and just survive on. So he shared his story, okay, with full of tears. And dear student, this is the biography, autobiography by himself. And dear student, the message from this speech, motivational speech, is that the first message is that we can connect the dots because life has small dots. Okay, dots means point. We have one small points. Many points are there. If we can connect our dots, looking backwards means looking backgrounds. You have to trust the connection of dots in the future. If we are able to connect our dots of life, okay, and then we can get the destiny of life. We have to enjoy and we have to be motivated to our karma we have to go through. So his message is that we have to connect the dots looking backward. We have to go to our beginning times and you have to connect your dots of life. Very symbolic word, dots. I will explain later on. Okay, so he gives the message to connect the dots. Okay, and we have to connect the past and the future to go to fulfill our destiny. And we have to believe on our karma. Karma means, dear student, do you know karma means? Struggle, life. So he talks about that. And other one of the message of him is that don't lose faith. Okay, even in the difficult condition, we should not lose our faith. We have to love whatever we have. Okay, we have to respect it. We have to love whatever we have. We have to love our work and we have to keep going on. We have to keep looking for our best work. So try to be motivated about the best work. One day you will be successful. So collect your courage and try to join the dots of life. That is the message, dear student. So here I'm going to demonstrate you the motivational speech. And before this, you have to come to some of the point. Who was Steve Jobs? He was the CEO. CEO means, Chief Executive Officer. He was the co-founder of Apple Computer and Pixar Computer. And he found the Pixar Computer, Next Computer, and other many more. And his invention in technology is very great one. So even now, he is not with us, but we come to know that Apple is branded because of his caliber, dear student. Human being, he is one of the human being, but he is very innovative person, and he is he is so dedicated, devoted one. Now later on we will hear his inspirational words about that. And before this, I want to say that who is he? Okay, the message is that who is he? He is the modest person. Do you know modest person means? Yes, please. What do you mean by modest? Modest means, the person with the vision. Okay, visionary person. He's a modest person. He's a role model character. And he is a person with strong determination. Steve Jobs. And he has the initiation. He is very initiative person to gear up the life, okay, in the field of technology. Okay, he has done. And you come to know that some of the things, okay, was he from the advanced background? Was he from educated person? Was he the child of educated person? Obviously not. So these all of the things, how did he try to connect the dots in the life, and how did he invented the Apple computer, okay, by studying, and how he joined in the calligraphy, how he studied, how he learned. Was he satisfied about the educational system at that time? That matters. We will learn. His speech includes about that. He was not satisfied about his schooling. Okay, when he got chance to be admitted in very advanced school, okay, we after 6 months, okay, he did not like to stay over there. See, a person has a great source of inspiration, motivation, dedication, and self-learning person. And when he got the calligraphy, he found, okay, the system of dots, and by connecting the dots of all of the things, he invented the computer. Okay, what computer? Apple computer. And dear students, one of the things that motivated me is that, see, he is a son of unmarried lady at that time in America. At that time, dear student, we cannot imagine the life. you know do you know the situation of in our context in Nepal? If an unmarried lady gives birth, and what is the, okay, what do the public think about that? Okay, so he is a son from unmarried lady, and one of the family, it means the couple had uh, agreed to adopt the boy, in the birth, what the child. But on his birth, when he was a male child, they disagreed. They were not ready to adopt him. They wanted to take a female child. Are you clear? So that matters. Okay, they did not adopt him as a boy because he was the son of unmarried lady. Okay, and dear student, the first of the parents, okay, who had done the agreement that they were going to adopt, were not ready, and the second parents were shorts. And what background he got, what education system he got, later on, everything we will learn on the video. Okay, dear students. Okay, dear students. Hello.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Steve Jobs, one of the great inspiring person, okay, inspirational person. Motivation, his motivation is very great one. How to get the success, okay, how not to lose the faith in the difficult condition. Yes. So how can we make our own life the success, and what is success? So I want to take you, but before this, I want to ask you some questions, okay? Have you heard about the name of Steve Jobs? Have you heard the name before? Surely. Yes. And dear student, about his family, I told you that he was the son of unmarried lady. And economic background, can you imagine about economic background? He was the adopted child. Okay, the first parents who decided to adopt ignored, okay, disagreed because they wanted to get the female child. And the second parents were searched, and then how he got chance to join in very advanced, very expensive college, but he was not satisfied over there. So we want to hear some of the things from the great scholars. Okay, can you allow me to share the speech? Can I share everybody? म अब सेयर
Yes,
गरौँ स्टिभ जब्सको स्पिच. ओके, मैले अलिकति म नेपालीमा बुझाउँछु. उहाँको यो स्पिचले चाहिँ तपाईँ के भने नि जीवनका डट्सहरूलाई कनेक्ट गर्न जान्नुहोस्. तपाईँका डट्स भनेको लाइनिङहरू छन् नि, अगाडिदेखि तपाईँले जुन बन्नु भएको लाइनिङ छ, तपाईँ आउनु भएको ब्याकग्राउन्ड, त्यसलाई डट्स मानौँ. प्रत्येक क्लासका खुड्किलाहरू, तपाईँले सिकेका सिपहरूलाई तपाईँलाई डट्स मान्नुहोस्, र त्यसपछि ट्रु कनेक्सन गर्नुहोस्, र त्यसलाई ट्रस्ट गर्नुहोस्, र तपाईले पास्ट र फ्युचरलाई जोड्नुहोस्, र तपाईको लाइफ, डेस्टिनी र कर्मलाई जोड्नुहोस्. यु विल बी सक्सेसफुल पर्सन इन द फ्युचर. अर्को उहाँको मेसेज छ तपाईँ कुन ब्याकग्राउन्डमा जन्मिनुभयो डजन्ट म्याटर ओके क्लियर लोटस ब्लुम्स इन द मड इन द डर्ट कमल हिलोमै फुल्छ एउटा हिलोमा फुलेको फुल हो स्टिभ जब्स ओके सो यु विल अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड अबाउट द्याट डोन्ट लुज फेथ जस्तै कठिनाइमा पनि तपाईँ आफ्नो विश्वास नगमाउनुहोस् ओके लभ वाट यु वर्क ओके तपाईँ आफ्नो काम जे जस्तो छ त्यसलाई सम्मान गर्नुहोस् लभ एन्ड किप looking for your best work okay be hopeful for the future one day you will get successful it is the message given to the student of Stanford University in 2007 okay यो दीक्षान्त समारोह हुन्छ नि युनिभर्सिटीको हो त्यहाँ दिएको एउटा ग्रेट स्पीच हो मोटिभेशनल स्पीच बाइ स्टिभ जब्स okay clear so what is property in my view dear students that what we lose all the property something remains that is the success okay the knowledge that is the knowledge one so if you have caliber or potentiality if you are dedicated for the works if you are ready to join the dots you will get success that is the message let me share the speech okay dear students
Yes, sir.
okay I want to see over there, please. Let me see, please. Now I'm sharing the speech of him.
Except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, jobs.
Dear student, is the sound audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, it is audible.
The chief executive officer and co-founder of Apple and Pixar Animation
Dear students,
Studios.
the speech comes after 7 minutes, okay? And he's the announcer of the program, okay? And Steve Jobs is sitting over there. And after 7 minutes, see who was Steve Jobs, we try to come, okay? After then, his speech is an inspiring one. Try to listen.
Stanford University has been characterized since its founding by a willingness to be bold and to strike out in new directions. And this is a characteristic very much shared by today's speaker. A pioneer and visionary for almost 3 decades, his name and the companies he has founded have been synonymous with innovation and creativity. As a young boy growing up in Los Altos, Steve Jobs came of age at the same time as Silicon Valley. While still in school, he attended lectures informally at Stanford as well as at Hewlett-Packard, where he spent a summer working. After graduating from high school, he left California to attend Reed College. A trek through India and a short stint as a video game designer for Atari followed. Soon after his return to the Valley in 1974, he became a regular, along with Steve Wozniak, at meetings of the Homebrew Computer Club, held at the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center. It was not long before the two of them had built the prototype for the Apple I. The Apple I was very fast at the time, reading and writing 4 kilobytes in about 20 seconds. About 20,000 times slower than we do so today. The Apple II was faster still, but more importantly, introduced color monitors into the home market. In the mid-1980s, the Macintosh became the first truly user-friendly personal computer. You didn't have to be an expert to set it up, or to load software, or to transfer information between applications. And the mouse offered point-and-click convenience and opened the door to computer literacy for everyone. I still remember the amazed faces of onlookers as they saw a computer that was completely different from the personal computers of that day. Steve also co-founded Pixar Animation Studios, which has revolutionized the film industry in its short history with brilliant use of technology, and produced 2 Academy Award-winning films, Toy Story and Finding Nemo. Since his return to Apple 8 years ago, Steve has reinvented the company once again, extending its vision to music and new digital media. iPod and iTunes have changed the way we listen to, organize, store, and purchase our music, and in my case, the way I often read books. Now songs we love are just 99 cents and a completely legal click away. iPhoto and iMovie revolutionized the ability of consumers to organize, edit, and display digital photography and video, putting capabilities that once cost thousands of dollars into the hands of every Mac user. Steve is also widely recognized for his ability to create an innovative environment inside Apple. In the 1990s, imagination needs reporter asked how he manages for innovation. His answer was deceptively simple. We hire people who want to make the best things in the world. Steve Jobs personifies the spirit and creativity that have characterized this university since its founding 114 years ago. And we are pleased to have him here today. Please join me in warmly welcoming this year's commencement speaker, Steve Jobs.
Okay, students, I try to skip it because it's a commencement speech and try to comment this point, okay? Please.
Thank you.
Dear students, the script is written there, and if you have the book, please, you can see the inspiring speech, okay, over there, and it's mentioned over there. The speech script is, okay, transcript is on your book, okay, dear students.
Honored to be with you today for your commencement from one of the finest universities in the world. Truth be told, I never graduated from college, and this is the closest I've ever gotten to a college graduation. Today, I want to tell you 3 stories from my life. That's it. No big deal. Just 3 stories. The first story is about connecting the dots. I dropped out of Reed College after the first 6 months, but then stayed around as a drop-in for another 18 months or so before I really quit. So why'd I drop out? It started before I was born. My biological mother was a young, unwed graduate student, and she decided to put me up for adoption. She felt very strongly that I should be adopted by college graduates, so everything was all set for me to be adopted at birth by a lawyer and his wife. Except that when I popped out, they decided at the last minute that they really wanted a girl. So my parents, who were on a waiting list, got a call in the middle of the night asking, "We've got an unexpected baby boy. Do you want him?" They said, "Of course." My biological mother found out later that my mother had never graduated from college and that my father had never graduated from high school. She refused to sign the final adoption papers. She only relented a few months later when my parents promised that I would go to college. This was the start in my life. And 17 years later, I did go to college. But I naively chose a college that was almost as expensive as Stanford. And all of my working class parents' savings were being spent on my college tuition. After 6 months, I couldn't see the value in it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, and no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. And here I was, spending all the money my parents had saved their entire life. So I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop taking the required classes that didn't interest me and begin dropping in on the ones that looked far more interesting. It wasn't all romantic. I didn't have a dorm room, so I slept on the floor in friends' rooms. I returned Coke bottles for the 5-cent deposits to buy food with. And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it. And much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on. Let me give you one example. Reed College at that time offered perhaps the best calligraphy instruction in the country. Throughout the campus, every poster, every label on every drawer was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating. None of this had even a hope of any practical application in my life. But 10 years later, when we were designing the first Macintosh computer, it all came back to me. And we designed it all into the Mac. It was the first computer with beautiful typography. If I had never dropped in on that single course in college, the Mac would have never had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts. And since Windows just copied the Mac, it's likely that no personal computer would have them.
Okay, dear students, are you getting the ideas? सुन्दै हुनुहुन्छ?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your speech चाहिँ तपाईले you can watch yourself also. So the main idea again I want to say, okay, a person never be great without dedication. कोही पनि मान्छे मान बन्दैन यदि if he doesn't believe on his karma, about his backgrounds. Okay, see, have you heard about his background? On which background he was? Yes, see,
Yes, sir.
he was a child from unmarried lady. The first family lawyer, they were not ready to accept. Okay, and then the second list. Okay, those who were enlisted, they were ready to accept him. And time is running out, please. And you have to see the you have to watch the video yourself. Okay, if you motivational speech by Steve Jobs, and in our next class we will discuss about this. Okay, and I want to stop the class over here now because today I have one of the problem also. My one of uncle has the demise one, though I'm taking this class, but I'm not in full of the mood. आज मेरो सानुबा खस्नु भएछ, म इमिडिएटली तपाईहरुलाई यति नै सम्बोधन आज मैले गरेर यो क्लास क्विट गर्न चाहन्छु. ओके है, आज त्यसो गरौँ है.
हुन्छ सर.
आज म चाहिँ त्यो आफन्तको मरिमराउ भएर म जाँदैछु. यसको टाइम पनि रनिङ आउट भइरहेछ र अबको नेक्स्ट क्लासमा चाहिँ हामी यसको बारेमा हामी डिस्कसन गर्छौं र यसबाट हामीले लिने मेसेज के हो, उहाँले भनेको 3 स्टोरीज के हो. प्लिज ट्राई टु लर्न फ्रम हिज ओन स्पीच. Okay, and the transcript is also available over there in the internet. Okay, you can see, and each and every words are very motivating one. Thank you very much. This is the end of the class today. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.